Chair, staff is ready when you are.
Ready? Excuse me, I'm getting over a cough, so. Good morning. Welcome to the February 2nd, 2026 Ethel MacLeod Hart Trust Advisory Committee meeting. The meeting is now called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll to establish a quorum?
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners, please unmute for roll call. Member Hunter is absent. Member Long?
Here. Present.
Member Orner? Here. Member Yam? Present. And Chair Martinez.
Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to remind members of the public in the chambers that if you would like to speak on an agenda item, please turn in a speaker slip when the item begins. You will have 2 minutes to speak once you are called on. After the first speaker, we will no longer accept speaker slips. We will now proceed with today's agenda. Please rise for the opening acknowledgments in honor of the Sacramento's indigenous people and tribal lands. To the original people of this land, the Nisan people, the southern Maidu Valley and Plains Miwok, Patwin, Wintun peoples, and the people of the Wilton Rancheria, Sacramento's only federally recognized tribe. May we acknowledge and honor the Native people who came before us and still walk beside us today on these ancestral lands by choosing to gather together today in the active practice of acknowledgement and appreciation for Sacramento's indigenous people, history, contribution, and lives. Thank you. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Our first business today is approval of the consent calendar. Clerk, are there any members of the public who wish to speak on the consent calendar?
Thank you, Chair. There are no speakers on this item.
Thank you. Are there any commissioners who wish to speak on this item? Anybody? I do have one question on the consent calendar, but I'm going to defer it till we get to the fiscal year 2027, and it has to do with the Ethel Hart operating fund document that was submitted. So I'll wait until we get to that. Do I have a motion and second for the consent calendar?
I move.
You have a motion?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a second? Okay. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Can we take a voice vote on the consent calendar?
Yes, we can. And that was a motion by Member Orner with a second by Member Long.
Yes. Okay. So do we approve the consent calendar? Yes? Okay.
Does anyone abstain or does anyone oppose? Thank you. Motion passes.
I think all four of us voted on to accept.
I think we need to do it for the record, though.
I'm sorry.
I think we need to save those others for the record.
Okay. Thank you. We will now proceed to discussion calendar. First item is the Trust Fund Cycle 6 Funding Review and Recommendations. Is there a staff presentation on this item? Yes, I see we do. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Javier Rivas, Recreation General Supervisor overseeing older adult services. We have on the screen the presentation here for the Cycle 6 review. And so The cycle 6 closes out at the end of this fiscal year. And I'm just going to highlight a few notable updates in some of the funding categories. So we'll start on the first page. And we've over $24,000 in RRR scholarships have been awarded in fiscal year 26, with total participation units amounting to 3,576. And that's going to be through December 2025. And we'll also skip to the next page here. Oh, perfect, thank you. Okay, we'll jump down to the Hart Fund Pass. So 569 Hart Fund Pass passes have been used in full to date. And for Meals on Wheels, a total of 9,189 meals have been served through Meals on Wheels cafes at 3 of our locations in fiscal year 2026. And this puts us on track to serve more meals than we did the last fiscal year. And we're actually gonna skip a couple pages. So I'm not gonna jump into detail with the rest of the stuff. There's been no notable updates. The last meeting, Stephanie Wilson went into great detail on these things. But there is one more notable update that's gonna be on the last page of this presentation. And ultimately, it's a delay. Last meeting we approved for Bell Coolidge Community Center furniture project. So there's just been a slight delay in a supplier delay in the installation of the furniture since this document was published. So we're now expecting installation on the 20th of February. And with no new projects planned for the remainder of the fiscal year, we're looking, you'll see at the bottom of, actually, can you skip to the last page, please? Or you'll see at the bottom, you have them in front of you, so I'll keep going. We're looking at over $170,000 in unallocated funds for this cycle. And this, as a reminder, this does roll over to cycle 7. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in the next section, but cycle 7 kicks off on July 1st. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk, are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this item?
Thank you, Chair. There are no speakers for this item.
Thank you. Are there any commissioners who wish to speak on this item? Anybody? I have a couple of questions. Number one, on the, get back to my notes, on the free parking, I believe allocation was $6,000 for the fiscal year, and we've only spent $1,750. Is just people are not utilizing the service, or?
Yeah, people are utilizing, there's 32 permit holders right now. And so people are utilizing it. The permits are auto-renewing as well. I think I'd be able to get some more updated numbers in terms of expenditures for the May meeting.
Okay. Then I also had a question on Meals on Wheels. Pardon me, I'm looking for the document. Too many documents. I think the Meals on Wheels on the operating fund, we had $274,000 allocated. And this says we only spent $152,000, where this document says $212. So I'm just wondering, is the operating fund updated to match this document, or?
Yeah, I'll have to look into that discrepancy.
Okay. And then I had one other question. And see if I can find it, excuse me. think it had to do with the triple R outreach. Is there sufficient funds to finish out during the fiscal year of '26?
Are you referring to marketing or the scholarship?
No, it was a triple R outreach on the operating fund of allocated 10,000 and spent, or expenditures to date was $7,800.
Yeah, so right now, we've completed that phase ultimately, so we don't have any current plans to spend any more on that.
Okay, so the operating fund document we have is really not up to date to this other document at this point.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hang on, I'm getting back to my notes. So we need to pass a motion on this. Is there a motion and a second for this item? Someone to make a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
You do. Second?
Second.
We have 2 seconds.
Do one of you want to?
Yam, Ms. Yam.
Thank you, Chair. So that was a motion by Member Long with a second by Member Yam.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll for the vote?
Thank you, Chair. Would you like to go ahead and do the voice vote instead? Or-
If we can,
Okay.
yes.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? None? Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. So now we're on item 4, the Trust Fund Cycle 7 Funding Review and Recommendations. Is there a staff presentation?
So I did find my clicker, sorry about that. Okay, so now that you've received the Cycle 6 summary report, we're going to use this time to bring you some preliminary information about Cycle 7, which is a new 5-year cycle, and the funding will start in July 2026. So at the meeting in November 2025, this commission approved $1.625 million budget to fund 5 broad categories for the city to support older adults in our community. And city staff are now working on the budget for the first year of Cycle 7 funding. 5 current projects will be moving forward in fiscal year 27. So as I talk about these things, I'm only talking about the first fiscal year. And those are Hart Fund Pass, Triple R Sliding Scale Respite Scholarship, Meals on Wheels Support, Most Important Meal of the Day, and the Hart Senior Center Pilot Parking Program, which that one specifically is funded through Cycle 6. So as of right now, no Cycle 7 funding is going to be used for that. In addition to these projects, there's approximately $34,000 in unallocated funds for this first year of funding. And that number is from, I referenced the $170,000 that were unallocated from Cycle 6. So that's spread out through the 5-year cycle. So that's how we got $34,000. And so using the parameters explained on the screen, the 4 bullet points you see there on your document, for how money can be allocated, we would love to get your ideas, comments, and feedback for potential projects, especially in the health and well-being and creative aging categories. And it's important to note the final draft of proposed projects will be brought to you before this commission for consideration at the May meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Clerk, are there any members of the public who wish to speak on this item?
Thank you, Chair. There are no speakers for this item.
Thank you. Are there any commissioners who wish to speak to this item? Anybody? Well, should I break them? Because I did have a question. So this is just for fiscal year 2027, July 1, 26 to June 30th of 2027?
That's correct.
So in prior years, we used to do a funding for the whole 5 years. So is that different now, or we changed that?
So we're just ultimately presenting you with a closer look at the first fiscal year and how those funds will be allocated.
Okay. So at our next meeting, we would do that? To do a
Yeah, so for cycle 7 at the next meeting, so we'll present the proposed projects for cycle 7, and we'll give you a look at that.
Okay. One question on this one item. It says facility supports and upgrades, 7,000. The last cycle we spent, I forgot the amount was, but there's going to be additional upgrades or
Yeah,
planned upgrades? Or?
yeah, that's the allocated that we have for that. We're working currently through what those projects could look like.
Okay.
Happy to take any feedback on that specifically if you have it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I do have a question.
You have a question? Sure.
So the ideas you're looking for, the TBDs, is there a deadline for that, or about when are you looking for feedback?
Yeah, I can answer that. We would love, I mean, if you have any ideas now, we'd love to hear them. If not, you can reach out to Javier and myself and let us know if you have any thoughts. You can also bring them forward at the May meeting. This is, so we presented the whole 5-year cycle. Cycle 7 is 5 years. But what you're seeing in front of you today is really focused on next year, right? We did the whole sort of umbrella where we approved the 1.6 million. And then this 359 is sort of what we're focused on for next year. But there is some flexibility in how that looks within this year. So if we decide, if, we hear some ideas that we, can take back and see if we can make work and implement, we can also take those in May.
Okay. Now I have a follow-up question. Is the director of the Hart Center involved in this planning or not?
Yes.
She is. Okay, thank you. This item is to receive and file, so no vote is required. We'll move on to the next item. Very dear to my heart. So now we have on item 5, selection of chair and vice chair for calendar year 2026. We need a motion, or we need someone to make a motion to select the chair for the next cycle. And my term is up in 2027, I believe, so we may want to look for somebody else.
Well, so for this year, because Javier, you're the only one with experience on this board, I would like to nominate you to continue as chair.
Well, we have another member who's been on the board for quite a while.
Javier would not be eligible to remain as chair. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So, anybody have a? We have an impasse.
I can assist as the vice chairman, but I'm totally new, so I need some guidance. So I'm an experienced member.
So let me ask you a question. If we elect a new chair and I'm vice chair, can I assist the new chair during the meeting? Is that acceptable to everyone?
I didn't hear.
If we elect a new chair, but I am elected as vice chair, I can assist the new chair during the meeting. Is that acceptable?
Sure.
So, Ms. Jan, would you like to be the chair for next? So I can't be the chair for another, okay.
Would that term be 2 years then?
It's one year.
1 year.
1 year. Great, we have,
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll just be bold and brave. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion to elect Ms. Yam as chair for the next calendar year, 2026. Do we take a roll call,
Yes.
or do we do it by voice?
We can do a voice vote, but do we have a second?
Yeah, do we have a I will second.
Okay, who made the motion?
She made.
So that was a motion by Member Orner with a second by Chair Martinez to select Member Yam as chair for the calendar year of 2026, correct?
Right.
Okay. We will go ahead and do a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed and abstain? None. The motion passes.
Do you have a motion to select the vice chair for the calendar year 2026? I'll nominate myself.
I second that motion.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that was a motion by Chair Martinez with a second by Member Long, selecting chair as vice chair for the calendar year 2026, correct? Yes. Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Members abstain? None, and any opposed? None. Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is, are there any commissioner comments, ideas, and questions? Anybody?
Earlier you asked about the involvement of the Hart director.
Yes.
Have you met this person? I think it would be nice if we maybe took a field trip there or something,
Sure.
as an idea.
Certainly. We can arrange that, or we can have her come to the meeting in May.
Either way, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You can always go to the Hart Center on your own.
That's true.
I mean, I've done it, so. I did it once. No other commissioner comments? None? Are there any public comments, matters not on the agenda?
Thank you, Chair. There are no speakers for this item.
Thank you. Well, that was a quick meeting in 24 minutes. We are now adjourned.